last couple of sessions, you were asking questions. We were talking about
Yeah,
your.
yeah, yeah. I think that's almost end of it. I think I covered many things. For example, um, oh yeah, one thing I forgot to ask is when I talk about, for example, there's another Japanese one. For example, when we talk about Chicago, um, Japanese people tend to skip first I. So Chicago, something like that. Do you hear the difference? Rather
Yeah, well,
Chicago, but
or,
Chicago.
well, that's that's Schwa,
Yeah, but
Chicago.
even Schwa skipping, I think that's what this book claims.
Well, that's what you're doing in the word Chicago. Chicago.
Chicago, no, yeah, even like without
I'm not.
Schwa.
No. So I don't understand your question. So it's not Chicago, Chicago,
Yeah, just yeah, I think that's yeah, for some reason this Amazon doesn't work. Yeah.
Is
I
that?
mean, maybe I can skip. I wanted to see my because I changed my iPad and then
Mhm.
this don't let me log into my Kindle, so I can't find the
Okay.
specific page. So maybe next week I can kind of talk about a little bit more on that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Well, the only thing I think there's not new stuff that we have not covered. If we look, we pretty much have covered all of the material. Now,
yeah, yeah.
maybe if like R and air, I see those not marked off in terms of vowel R. It's not stuff that we have not covered. It's because I've talked about it, we've talked about it before, but it's just material that we haven't covered.
Yeah,
And
or we can do the this monologue thing
we
as
can do
well.
the
Yeah, that might
monologues.
be yeah better.
Yeah, I'm looking. We talked about maybe final vowel duration. But I think we've covered. There's a couple of reductions that we could cover, but I don't think reductions right is where have we done any of these yet? Have
Um,
we done-
this is a monologue. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent you the link. Okay, I know I sent you the link, but I don't know. I don't think we've done any of them. I think after I sent you the link for the last two sessions, or yeah, before you took it like a break,
Yeah,
we were kind of going over your book.
this one,
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. That this A and M slash N or
no, no,
which
these are
link?
no. There's if you look in the chat, it says stage milk, and it has this guy standing like this, kind of in front of a audience. Or this is in yeah. This is no. Yes, yeah, that's the one. Um, I'll send it to you again. Yeah, I'll send
Okay,
it to you again after.
okay. But
Okay.
we can walk through that today or yeah,
Well, it's
which every
so all it is, and we're gonna go to the first one, bird's eye view. We're not gonna go to this one. We're gonna go to this one, second one. So
okay.
basically, all they are, and this is a long one, so maybe we can go to a different one. But basically, what these are monologues, and what I like about them is they are meant to be spoken. Okay, so
Okay.
they're written as spoken language, and they every one of the characters is telling a story, basically, right? Which is one of the fundamental skills that you want to be able to tell a story in English, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Not just
So
greeting. Yeah.
they're just, hi, how are you? Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
being able to tell a story, carry on a conversation. That's the whole idea. But this is just one sided. This is not a conversation, it's the monologue. It's just one sided in that respect. But
Right.
you get the idea. And so we can do a couple of things. We can either shadow since you're recording, where you
Oh,
try to where I read it, and then you try to imitate or shadow the way I read it. We can discuss that or how you might read it. We can
what
do
about
that.
I do it first,
Hmm.
and then you you talk, and then you read it, and then I can see hopefully the difference before I just copy you. That might be yeah,
in
crystallizes
the
the
in the
differences.
recording. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
So
all that recorded. Yeah.
yeah, well, you're recording, so that's exactly right. That's terrific. Um, do you want? You're going to do the whole thing. There's some swear words, so you might want to just, uh,
Yeah.
just keep in mind. There's not a lot of them, but they're
Yeah.
peppered in there. Uh,
So maybe like a
so
sentence by sentences. Yeah.
yeah, we can do that. You can do it
Yeah,
sentence
because
by
like if I
sentence.
kind of read everything, then kind of it's difficult for me to compare yours. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm following you. Yeah. So
Okay.
the first, they give you the character, right? It's Sandy, female, 30s, and then this right here is the setup, right? It's describing the scene. So why don't you go ahead and read that, and then we'll do the monologue.
Okay. Sandy Q is a homicide detective. She has been called into a station to interview a young hoodlum,
Hoodlum.
hoodlum, yeah, named James, who, along with his friends, has been accused of murdering a couple of the side of the a couple on the side of a highway. Sandy's partner has just stepped out of the room, leaving her alone with the accused. A long, uncomfortable silence passes.
All right. And so the only thing I would say, did you say this word again?
Homicide,
Homicide. Okay. Yeah.
homicide,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so
It's
first O is short O, and I is a short homicide. Okay,
mhm.
yeah, okay. Then I'll start with the speaking point, yes, like a conversation, yeah.
Let me make it a little bit bigger here. Is that good?
Yeah, this is good. I used, yeah, that's even better. Let me let me read in mind first. You don't have to talk to us, James. It's well within your rights not to. You can keep quiet, wait for your lawyer. Makes no difference to me.
All right, very good. Yeah. So the only thing I would do, you don't have to talk to us, James. It's well within your rights not to. You can keep quiet, wait for your lawyer. Makes no difference to me. So the makes no difference to me. So the only thing I would have done different than what you did is maybe go up and pitch there, not
Uh,
necessarily here.
you
Right?
mean
Not
the in general, like go up and down? Yeah,
no. Just here. You did fine. The way your intonation,
right.
all good. The only thing I would have done different is with you can keep quiet, wait for your lawyer. I might have gone up and pitched a little bit more just
Wait
after
for your
this word.
lawyer. Yeah, right.
No, quiet. You can keep quiet, wait for your lawyer, and
Oh,
maybe lawyer too, but you can keep quiet, wait for your lawyer. Makes no difference to me. But I would have gone up because there's a pause there.
okay.
More so than here,
You can you can keep quiet, wait for your lawyer. Makes no difference to me. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Right. You don't have to talk to us, James. It's well within your right not to. You can keep quiet. You can keep quiet. Wait for your lawyer. Makes no difference to me.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Other UN. What friends too? friends to Mark? Like a
Yeah, because they're saying she's so this hoodlum James, who along with his friends, so James and his friends have been accused of murdering a couple on the side of the highway, but
yeah.
she is only alone with James at the moment, and the partner has just left the interrogation room. So it's just Sandy and James, but they already have the friends in custody and they've talked to them. I play this Tobin and Mark.
But I just don't know like why there's the your friends too. What that means, like with the hyphen in between. Is there anything?
Oh, I know you're Jimmy to your friends, to Mark and Tobin and the rest of the boys.
Oh,
She's
friend
saying,
to Mark and
yeah,
Tobin.
yeah,
Okay, okay,
they call him Jimmy. They call it instead of James.
okay. And the rest of the boys are about to strike me as James. Okay, it's too long, but let me. Does it bother you when I call you James? I know you're Jimmy to you. Oh, I know you're Jimmy to your friends, to Mark and Tobin, and the rest of the boys. But you strike me as a James when things are serious. Let me do it again. Does it bother you when I call you James? I knew you're Jimmy to your friends, to Mark and Tobin and the rest of the boys. But you strike me as a James when things are serious. Okay.
You want me to do that one sentence? Do you want me to go sentence by
Okay,
sentence?
yeah, maybe
Is that
because otherwise, like I kind of continue to forget.
okay?
Short
So
memory.
yeah, no, that's okay. Does it bother you when I call? Does it bother you when I call you James? Right? Your question. I know you're Jimmy to your friends, to Mark and Tobin and the rest of the boys, but you strike me as a James when things are serious. So I know you're Jimmy to your friends, right? And then she's saying which friends, right? To Mark and Tobin and the rest of the boys. And then pause, nice long pause. You might, you could,
Yeah,
but you strike me as a James, right? And she's kind of quote there, so you can choose to. I chose to use the intonation. You don't have to. But it seems I don't. Yeah, that's just my take. But you strike me as a James when things are serious.
okay. So anything particularly,
Yeah,
I,
so you're gonna want to go. I know you're Jimmy to your friends, to
yeah,
Mark and
I know you're
Tobin and the
Jimmy
rest
to
of
your friends. Yeah,
them.
to
So
Mark, Holvin, and the rest of boys. Rest of the boys. Yeah.
that's right. And you could even do schwa, rest of the boys, right?
Oh, rest of the boys. Rest of the boys. Yeah. Okay. And maybe I couldn't. Let me continue. I was the same when I was younger, when I was your age. Sorry. I was the same when I was younger, when I was your age. Sandy to everyone, Sandy to everybody, even my parents. But the minute I put a toe out of line, I became Sandra. Still makes me still makes me flinch to hear my own name. So let me
That's
do it again.
go ahead.
I was the same when I was younger. So I was the same when I was younger, when
But
I was your age.
try this instead. When I was your age, instead of here, when I was your age, because she's
Yeah.
talking about him, right?
Second,
So I was the same when I was younger. When I was your age, you're going to emphasize your, and you're not
your okay.
necessarily, yeah. So
I
you
was
were
kind of
doing,
not emphasizing. Yeah. Okay. I was the same when I was younger, when I was your age, something like that. Yeah, when I was your age. Sandy to everybody, even my parents. But the minute I put a toe out of line, I became Sandra. Still makes me flinch to hear my own name.
yeah, that's right. So that's it. That's how I would have read it. So I was the same when I was younger. When I was your age, Sandy to everybody, even my parents. But the minute I put a toe out of line, I became Sandra.
Uh,
Still makes me flinch to hear my own name. So I'm me personally. I'm going up every time we're pausing here, but especially, and then I'm emphasizing your, because you should say, well, I was the same as you are when I was your age, right? So
Yeah, when it was your age.
that's
Yeah.
what, yeah, that's why I'm emphasizing when I was your age, yeah, you're gonna go up.
Yeah, I think
Isn't
I
it?
also probably you did outer line. I
I
became
love that.
Sandra. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that. Out of line. Yeah,
outer line. Yeah,
that was perfect.
Sandy to everybody, even my parents. But the minute I put a toe outer line, I became Sandra. Still makes me flinch to hear my own name.
That's right. Now, the first time you read it, you flapped the T, toe out of line, which I thought was good. Toe out of line, you can do that too. But I thought you
Right.
did it nicely the first time because you did flap
Okay,
the
because
T.
I thought I heard you did outer line.
I
So
might have,
yeah,
but you can, but definitely you're gonna flap it either way, right? Out of,
outer.
and the first time you did out of, which I thought was a good tell. In fact, I think you flapped over here too, which is, yeah.
Okay. And then flicker from James just for a moment. Sandy noticed, but choosing not to take the opening. What the flicker? Like kind of a
Like a twinkle,
yeah.
or she sees him kind of like a light. A flicker is like a light. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, let me read it. I suppose what you should be thinking about James is whether you are not Mark and Toby not being quite so silent in the other room, quite so loyal to me. Stop talk. If I stop talking for a moment, you might hear that through the walls talking about tonight. Hear them through the walls. Oh, okay. I wonder if I stop talking. Okay. I suppose what you so I suppose what you're I suppose what you think sorry. I suppose what you should be thinking about. I suppose what you should be thinking about, James, is whether or not Mark and Tobin are being quite so silent in the other rooms. It's a bit not too good. I suppose what you I suppose what you should be thinking about, James, is whether or not Mark and Tobin are being so silent in the other rooms, quite so loyal to you. I wonder
Yeah.
if I stop, yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wonder if I stop talking for a moment, you might hear them through the walls talking about tonight. Tonight. I suppose what you should be thinking about, James, is whether or not Mark and Tobin are being quiet, so silent in the other rooms, quite so loyal to you. I wonder if I stop talking for a moment, you might hear them through the walls talking about tonight. Yeah,
Okay.
not too easy.
No, that's okay. Yeah. It's a mouthful, and you're trying to read quickly, right? Which I think I really like that you're not going for perfection, which is what you normally do, and you're very rigid. Today you're like much more relaxed, and
Okay.
I think it's terrific. I think it's great. But if you make a mistake, that's fine, And so you're doing the you could say what you should be thinking about
Yeah,
might be
watch
easier than what you should. That's a lot of lip movement there. If you say what you should be thinking about,
okay.
might be easier. And now the only thing, and then it said quiet instead of quiet, which because you said it here perfectly, so
Oh,
that's not a big
quite.
deal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a big deal because you said quiet here perfectly, so I know you know how to pronounce it. But the only thing I would do different in that one is that what you should be thinking about, James, is whether or not Mark and Tobin are being quite so loyal, quite so silent in the other rooms, quite so loyal to you. And so
Yeah,
I might emphasize loyal.
loyal.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I wonder if I stop talking for a moment, you might hear them through the walls talking about tonight. So it's just a bunch of general statements. If I was going to emphasize anything, I'd emphasize, quite so loyal to you, right? verbs, adjectives, remember, is what adverbs is what we generally want to. But I thought you did fine there. Yeah,
Okay.
that was great. Okay, about what you did, and then I think
Yeah.
you.
Why so loyal to you? I wonder if I stop talking for a moment, you might hear them through the walls talking about tonight. Yeah. I might, so you said I'm too fast or I can be slower or what do you
No,
say?
I think you're just trying to talk too fast, which is good, and then you're
Okay, so
trying to like you so you go ahead and the speed you're going is fine.
okay,
It's fine. Yeah.
okay. All right. And so I suppose what you should be thinking about, yeah. I suppose what you should be thinking about, James, is okay. The next one, about what you do, please. About what you did, about what you did, oh,
Yeah.
about
What
what
you
you
did.
did. Yeah, it's a period. Yeah, about what you did. You see, at some point, the silence doesn't start to hurt you. Oh, does start. Sorry. You see, at some point, the silence does start to hurt you. Start to hurt you. So, about what you did, you see, at some point, the silence does start to hurt you, make you look make you good, make you look guilty, especially when you're the only one protecting the others. Maybe do
Yeah.
it again. About
Yeah.
what you did,
About what you did. About what you did. That's the
about
general
what you
statement.
did, about what you did. You see, at some point, the silence does start to hurt you, make you makes you look guilty, especially when you're the only one protecting the others.
So the only thing you so okay about what you did, general statement. You see, at some point, which you did very nicely, some, and then pause. The silent does start to hurt you, which you also did. Does so that's exactly right. So
Yeah.
makes you look guilty. Makes you look guilty. Now that's the only thing you didn't do. So you're going to want to go up and pitch here. Makes you look guilty, especially, and you might especially when you're not the only when you're the only one protecting the other. So you're going
Okay.
to go up and pitch pause, right? And then also emphasize especially. So you did
Okay.
exactly what I would have done. You did that, and at some point you did that. The silence does start to hurt you. Yes. Okay. So pick up right here.
Okay. Makes you good. Makes you look guilty. Sorry. Makes you get makes you get guilty, especially when you're the only one protecting the others.
That's right.
Do it again, please. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, no. Yeah. I'll try
Oh,
to
okay.
copy you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes you look guilty. And I'm not doing the shed reduction. I don't like that one. So I don't do that. Okay. Makes you look
Okay.
guilty, especially when you're the only one protecting the others.
Makes you get. Makes you get. Makes you look guilty, especially when you're the only one protecting the others.
That's right.
Okay. Stop the long. Okay, it's a long one. We have found evidence that your car was stopped along the roadway. We have DNA linking Tobin to the scene, and we can put you in Mark's cars. We can put you in Mark's car with Tobin using security footage from the gas station you stopped at. If you're going to say anything tonight, now is the time. If you're going to say
That
anything tonight, now is the time. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Okay, so the only thing I would have done different there. Okay, so we have found evidence that your car was stopped along the roadway. We have DNA linking Tobin to the scene, and we could put you in Mark's car with Tobin. So I would emphasize
Okay.
you, right? Because he's talking to James, or she, Sandy, is talking to James. We could put you in Mark's car with Tobin, and which
Yeah.
you did. You emphasized with, and then very nicely. And if you're going to say anything tonight, and maybe you would say anything at both, right? As you're going up, now is the time. Yeah. So why don't you, before I let you go, try that one real quick. right here. From
Okay,
We Have
all right.
DNA.
We have DNA linking. We have DNA linking Tobin to the scene, and we can put you in Mark's car with. We can put you in Mark's car with Tobin using security footage from the gas you stopped at. If you're going to say anything tonight, now is the time.
Yeah. And you're probably keeping together. You didn't say anything tonight. Yeah, you know, anything tonight, both together. So,
Okay. Anything tonight, yeah.
yeah, so you got the recording. We'll stop there.
Yeah.
We might
I'll
do a
try.
shorter one next time, or we can continue this one however you want to do
No,
it.
this is good. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Maybe I should
we
read
got a
it
lot.
first because I need to understand the context because
Yeah.
before I know which word have to be stressed or
So this
not.
was
Yeah.
Bird's Eye View. Okay, that's the one we read. And I'm going to share this link with you with all of them, so you can read all of them, right? But
Yeah.
we were reading Bird's Eye View, and I'll throw that in the. Well, you have the recording, so you know which
Yeah.
one. But I'll share the link with you again,
All
and
right.
I will see you next Wednesday.
Yeah, the same time. Yeah.
Thursday morning for you.
Right.
That's right. Okay, take care.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye.